Psalm 71, verses 1 through 11.
The older I become, the more I appreciate Psalm 71. You ask me why? Well, because Psalm 71 focuses on God's special blessings for those who are getting older. David says in verse 9, "Cast me not off in the time of old age, forsake me not when my strength fails." And in verse 18 he says, "Now also when I am old and gray-headed, O God, forsake me not." Well, let's talk about this. What does God do for us as we get older? Well, He helps us to meet and solve some of the problems that come to us in our older years. For example, the problem of weakness. That's what David talks about in verse 9. "Cast me not off in the time of old age, forsake me not when my strength faileth." You see, the outward man is failing. The outward man is really going to pieces, but the inward man can be renewed day by day. And that's what David's praying about. He is saying here, as I get older, my physical strength will fail me. But, oh God, you can provide me with the spiritual strength that I need. God takes care of the problem of weakness. There's another problem that we get as we get older, and that's confusion. Verse 1, "In thee, O Lord, do I put my trust. Let me never be put to confusion." So many things are happening, and they are happening so rapidly, and we can't keep up with all of them. And we, as we get older, keep saying, "Well, I don't know what's quite going on." And God says, "Look, don't worry about it. You trust me, and I'll never allow you to be confused." There's a third problem, and that's the problem of living in the past. Too often we, as we get older, keep saying, "Well, now back in the good old days," and I've come to the conclusion that the good old days perhaps were not that good. The problem of living in the past, he says in verse 5, "For thou art my hope, O Lord God." He's living in the future. I don't know what the future holds, but I know who holds the future. Finally, the problem of complaining, how easy it is to get old and to complain. He says in verse 8, "Let my mouth be filled with thy praise and with thy honor all the day." When we're walking with the Lord, He takes care of weakness and confusion. He takes care of our fear of the future, and He substitutes praise for complaining, and we grow old graciously.